Hey everybody, it's Robin from Roaming with Rover, and this is Finish It Friday. Well, today's going to be a little different. I do have a couple things I've been working on, but mostly I'm working on this. Are you ready? Are you ready? This. Yeah, this. Oh, good Lord. So, as you can see, I am moving into the motorhome. I do have a little video of what it looked like. I think it was... yeah, it was before we had it cleaned, and I'm going to put that right in right now. Okay, this is going to be the new yarn craft area. We got somebody coming in to clean. There's Kitty helping out. So we got somebody coming in to clean, and they're going to do a deep clean, and that's going to really help. It's going to help me tremendously. But just wanted to give you a quick once over before so you could see what we're dealing with. There goes Kitty. And where a lot of the yarn is going to be kept back in here. When we lived here, that is where all my yarn was stored, right there. I stacked it right there all the way up. All the way up. Stack. I had 2 or 3, I think 3 tubs across, 2 or 3 tubs, and stacked them up right there. And that's where all my yarn was. Can you believe that's all the yarn I had was what I had stacked right there? There's Kitty. She loves it in here, of course. So that's where, this is where we're going to be. This is where the yarn's going to be. That's where I'm going to be doing my filming right here on this desk. And this is where you guys are going to watch me turn this into my craft room. Well, that's going to be fun. So over the next few weeks, we're going to have several videos in here getting this turned into a craft room. So that's going to be interesting. Going to see how it goes. This to hopefully a pretty finished craft room. We'll see what it ends up looking like. Bye. And I know that was a little dark, but that was when it was all emptied out and everything. We had taken everything inside, and I literally had, 5 years. We lived in here for 5 years. So it was a fully stocked house. We took everything out of here, and I went through everything, and I cleaned it up, and I threw away a lot of stuff, and everything that we kept had to be cleaned. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is the funniest thing. So if it was stuff like, let's say, I can't even think of anything off the top of my head. Let's say baggies. Well, some need to be out here, but most of them, you want them used up, so they needed to stay in the house. So I cleaned them up and left them in the house. But some things, like pots and pans and some dishes and things like that, needed to come back out here for when we do go camping. But I didn't want it fully stocked for camping because we just don't do much of that anymore. And so we decided that I'm going to get to use this for my yarn stuff, for my crafting stuff. Not completely and fully am I moving all of my crafting stuff out here. For one thing, I just don't want my yarn, the majority of my yarn stored out here, because it's just not going to be able to keep clean enough. So the majority of my yarn will still stay in the house, but a lot of the in progress stuff will come out here. So this is turning it into, let's call it a craft room. Okay, I don't want to call it the yarn bus because Miss Dana has a yarn bus, and that's not what this is. We're going to call it a craft headquarters. I don't know. But anyway, we're still in the middle of transferring it over and trying to figure out where I'm going to put everything away. And so I'll let you show you where I'm at. I'll show you where I'm at, and I'll let you show you. I just want to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, I had a company come out here and deep clean this. And this is the funniest thing. So they cleaned this out not even a week ago. And I want to show you what I'm talking about how the dirt just grows back. Look at this. Look at that. It's bizarre. It's like you can't get rid of it. It just, It's just there. I can feel it. I can feel the dirt. And he cleaned this thing. You can see it. You can see it on there. And he scrubbed it from head to toe, every inch of this place. So it's not that he did not do a good job. He did a wonderful job. It just multiplies and it comes back. So there's no way I'm putting my yarn out here. Not the majority of my yarn. I will have a little bit of yarn out here. I will have yarn that's ready for projects. That'll be stored out here, but not the majority of my yarn. This is the weirdest phenomenon ever. I think part of it is this. Let me show you. The ceiling, it's like this weird fabric-y. It's weird. It doesn't matter what we do to it. We cannot get all the... It's so strange. So anywho, let me show you what I'm doing. I'm going to give you the walkthrough. And I have pulled load after load after load out here. And put stuff away and then moved it around and then put it away some more and then moved it around some more. And I'll probably move it around some more. You know how that goes. Okay, but let me show you where I'm at and what I'm doing so far. Okay, so right up here looks like a mess, and it is. But this is my craft show stuff. I've got a craft show coming up in a couple of weeks. So this is all the stuff that would go to a craft show. Earrings, jewelry. I've got more earrings to make, so I want this stuff handy. So that's all the craft show stuff is going right there. Plus, I've got the big craft show stuff is somewhere else. That is paperwork that I need to put away. This is ends of yarn that I've got balled up. That's stuff I need to go through. Those are some empty drawers that I can put some things in. This is junk that belongs in the motorhome, and I think it's going to go underneath. So that crate is usually stuff I take with me on Saturdays when I go to the shop. So I would normally, and in fact, when I get that stuff taken care of, that crate will probably sit there. So then when I want to remember to take something with me on Saturday, I put it in that crate so it's ready to go with me on Saturdays. My coffee pot, my snackies, this is all cleaning supplies. They all go under there, nice and neat. And this is silverware and stuff like that, so I wouldn't have any of my stuff in there. We washed all this stuff again a second time, and it will get put away in those drawers. This is yarn that I have to put away. My TV and VCR that I use for my classes. Don't know where I'm going to put them, somewhere. This is, I would normally have this full of food and stuff, spices and things, but I don't have any food and stuff. I do have coffee. My refrigerator. This is a cute little thing. This is a nifty thing. Look at this. Isn't that cool? It's a little pull-out pantry. Took everything out of there. All the food that was in there. Threw it away. All right. Let's get over here. Now, all of those cupboards. This thing is full of cupboards. There's so many cupboards in here. These ones. I got a fan over here. I'm gonna move. I think this is, yep, mugs and tea and things like that. I was going to put books and magazines and patterns, things like that. This is a little stand here that'll work for. I was thinking about putting those up here, right there. That's what I opened that for, but it's not very deep. And even these stand-up books won't fit in there. So, because I wanted to put some like finished items and things here just to kind of show them off. But yeah, they won't fit there because it's not, I could stack them. So I don't know. But for right now, that's where that kind of stuff is going to go. I've got dishes and plates and things like that in there. The one on the end, I was thinking of putting my cross stitch stuff in there, but I still even have a bowl in there. I could put some little knick-knacky things in that one. And then over here, I will probably, I was thinking of putting bins of stuff in there. Probably notions and things like that. Probably that's a good spot for notions and things like that. And this is a wonderful, wonderful cupboard with shelves all the way across. So that's going to be a nice spot for things that need to be close by. And I've got lots of room for that. Right here are These are works in progress that I'm actually working on. Don't know if they'll stay there. It's kind of big, and I'd rather have, I don't know, stuff that I can grab. You know, things like this. Not sure. This is going to, right now it looks like junk, but it's things that, you know, like my tape and my thank you cards and cords and things like that. But I need to get some dividers for that. That's my pots and pans. Can't put anything in there. This will be my workspace. This is where I'll have the computer set up, things like that. Underneath, and I still have to go through all of this. Underneath, I have those boxes are full of yarn that is planned for projects. It's like, oh, I've got a blanket, and it's all the yarn for that specific blanket. So I've got it's marked on there which blanket it is. I've got a, so they're specific projects. It's all the yarn for a specific project. These are, I've got notions and things like that in those too. Bunch of stuff like that. This cart has ongoing projects. Each one of those bags has a project in it. So, and I know exactly I know it's in every one of them. Normally this had all the way to the top, but see, those projects would have been crammed in here as well. So I've got them a little more separated. This needs to go in the bathroom. So, and then all of this stuff has to be cleaned and separated and figure out where it's going to go. And I might not even have all of that left in here when I'm done. Who knows? This is yarn. I need to find a box for this yarn because I don't. And see, that was part of the problem. All of this stuff was in bags, just stacked up all around me. All of this was in the living room, all around me in the living room. That's why I never showed you my living room. This is yarn. This and this is yarn for a project, and I want a box for that. I got to find a box for that. I don't even know what is in here. See, I brought it out and I'm not even sure what it is. So I got to go through that, figure out what is in there. Same with these. These were, when I remember I bought this and this. These two bins were the first two bins that I got to try to store and separate things when I was here in the motorhome. This was all I had when I got started as far as stuff, different kinds of stuff. So I got to look in there and see what's in there and see what I need to. Yeah. Oh, there's a row counter. There's a pair of scissors. There's one of my furls. I wonder if there's a hook in there. Neato. So that's what I had to start with. That's all I had. There's some, I think this has some hooks in it too. All the stuff that I had, all my accoutrements were put in those two boxes when I first started out. So that's all the junk that I still have to separate and go through. So let's move back here. Yeah, I really don't want all these big bags right there. I don't know. We'll see. I'll put up my calendar. Okay, so here's my bathroom. We got a nice bathroom here. This is finished stuff that I had used for the craft fair. And I think I've got a spot for them. This is just some empty bags. This is going to be nice for lots of rando stuff. I've got my iron in here. There's my iron, and I've got room for some shelves, but more, that's better for cleaning supplies, things like that. Okay, the bedroom. Now, this looks terrible, messy, but this is where the majority of the storage is going to go. So, another calendar just to hide that big open spot. I have empty bags here, project bags. Over here are more whip bags. This is Sophie's Universe. This is Flower Garden. This is a cocoon sweater. This is the show lodge. So these are things that are big projects also, but I didn't want them sitting out there. And they'll be, let's say they're second tier whips. The ones in the other room are things I'm going to be working on now-ish. These will be working on next-ish, if that makes sense. This was my mom's, some of my mom's stuff that I'm going to have to finish up. And more drawers to put things in. I put diamond painting in that drawer, in that second drawer. I've got like notebooks and note paper and stuff like that there. And come on, sometimes these drawers stick. And then there is another yarn for another blanket. That great big box. Okay, I was trying to explain to Dana the other day. These are bobbins. Look how big these are. These are the bobbins that the yarn comes on, and this is anti-pilling, Premier Anti-Pilling. And these are the bobbins. This is the yarn that I'm using for the Sophie's Universe. Well, you can see how big these are. These things are huge. And when I ordered them, they were on a really good clearance. That box is full of those in different colors. And I think there's some other things too. But mostly that box is full of these. So that was in my bedroom and I wanted it out of there. And so I knew I wanted that on the bottom. And then this one and this one I need to go through. That's just a variety of yarn. And then the box down there is something that I know what it is and I can't think of it. I marked on the box what it was. It's yarn for another project though. And then I've got some things hanging there. These big drawers are empty. That's for clothes for when we go somewhere. So I can put projects in there. I can store stuff in there, big stuff also. Project bags hanging there. I thought this would be good for, so this is my Yarn Swift and my umbrella and the umbrella Swift and the yarn ball winder. So big stuff there. I'm thinking that shelf for my sewing things. And then the closet, more boxes of stuff. My minis are there. Mostly I've got things marked what they are. That is, look at that. That is all of my, oh my gosh, what were they called? What were they called? I loved them. They're out of business now. No, they're not. They're not out of business. I just, Crochet Society. These are my Crochet Society boxes. Crochet Society. So that's all my Crochet Society boxes. And then just a few little odds and ends of yarn. Not much. These are the shelves that I used when we were traveling. This is where I would put my t-shirts. That's a really good way to put your t-shirts. Because hangers, I mean, you don't get much hanging space, but you can put a ton of t-shirts like that. So I had all that full of t-shirts and all that full of t-shirts. And then the other side. See, I brought out my heavy sweaters. Got those out of my closet. This is cross stitch. Just some hanked up yarn and some t-shirts. I don't know what I'm going to put there. A little bit more stuff here. Turn that light off. I got a few things in here. Not sure what I'm going to do what yet. And then I have that space there. That is full of bedding. And I have that space there. Over here, I'm going to put the racks, my earring, my great big 6-foot tall earring racks that I take to the craft fairs. I'm going to store those right here. And that's kind of it. So I still have space. I've got that and the big drawers there. Got some drawers here. A few little cubbies here and there. But I still have all of this to go through. I got to find a box for that. I got to figure out what's in there. Got to get a box for that. Go through all of this, see how much I need out here, and figure out if that's going to stay here or see. But that's stuff that I'm going to use directly. I might put that up there. That could go up there. Then that's not too far out of sight. It's right handy. It could all fold. Yeah, because these are projects that I'm sort of working on now. So that's it. That's what we're doing. Let me move this and see if I can set this down and talk to y'all. Sorry. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. It's hard work. Mostly it's hard work because I don't know where anything's going. My sewing machine's out here. But oh my gosh, it's so nice in the house. The living room is ours again. It's completely emptied of all of this stuff. The only thing that's in there is literally what I'm actually physically working on right now. The dining room is 95% tidied. I still have my blocking squares out and a few little things like that. There's a few things sitting on the table, but half an hour of it's tidying up. Half an hour of tidying up and it'll be cleared out. And I've even gotten a few things out of the bedroom. So now we're down to just going through the junk. I gotta find a couple boxes. I've got one in the back of my car, but I don't think it's big enough because those are that pound of love, and I've got about 12 of them. Those are going to take up a lot of space. And they may not fit that might fit in the closet. That's that. I got those for that Highland Cow. That's that Highland Cow throw, and it's a mosaic throw that I want to make. Oh, it's so pretty. It took me a year to get that darn. I was ordering it from Joann. If you guys remember, I was ordering it from Joann, and I had to order it over and over and over to get the same dye lot. Because you know, when you order from them, they send you one from here and one from here and one from here. They're all different dye lots. And boy, you could tell. Even the cream, you could tell it was all different dye lots. And in order to get them from the same dye lot, it took me a year of ordering and sending it back and ordering and sending it back to get from the same dye lot. It was ridiculous. But I finally did. I finally got it. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. That is the craft room makeover, as it were. I'm very excited about it, and I am within spitting distance of being done here. So it's going to be nice. You know, we've got the TV and we've got the microwave and a coffee pot and a little fridge. So it's cold today. I'm out of propane in the little heater, so I can't run the heater. I've got a little electric heater, but when I turn it on, it's a lot of draw. Electric heater is a lot of draw. And if I run the electric heater, you can't run the microwave or the coffee pot or anything else like that. So I almost never run the electric heater. So just put on my sweater and keep moving, and it stays plenty warm. But that's where I'm at, and that's what I've been doing. That's really what I've been doing pretty much all week. So I wanted to give you guys a quick tour, and so you could see where I'm at and what's going on. And hopefully, yeah, by next week it should all be done. At least as done as it's going to be. And things will always get switched around, moved around. I have to find, I still have a bag of stuff for my beadwork that I can't find it. I can't find it. So, and I have to find a home for that. So then that's cross stitch, beadwork, jewelry, knitting. Of course, you know, the knitting and crochet stuff kind of all goes together. I do have a box of patterns in the house that I thought I would bring out here. And I think I've got room for that. I think I have room for that. And then they will be out here. And maybe a few little knick-knacky things. We'll see. We'll see. I would love your input. If you guys have ideas, I mean, it was a quick walkthrough, but if you've got ideas for anything, I was thinking of bringing out a bunch of the, not skeins, what are they? The ones that are twisted up, hanks, and like displaying them. It's too dirty. It's cleaned. I mean, it has been cleaned and cleaned and cleaned out here. But even, I mean, just being out here the little bit I've been out here, I can't do that. I thought I'd, like hang them across, kind of almost like a swag. Mm-mm. And then Mr. said, because I was going to bring out my bags of some of my kits and like put them over across the back of the couch. He said, the sun's going to ruin that. I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about that. I just wanted the pretty yarn. Can't do that. So he's right. He was right. So that's it. That's it for now. Get a couple of boxes, and if I can get a couple boxes for those bigger things, that's gonna make a big dent. And then literally I have to get it, because a lot of this stuff is dirty. I can see just looking at it, it's dirty and dusty. It needs to be wiped down. And I'll just sit here and watch a movie and wipe all this stuff down. 2023 crochet calendar, which now is just patterns. Ooh. So just put stuff away. One of those big drawers may end up being all just for patterns. Oh, well, no. I don't know. Anywho, that's where we're at. Let me know what you think. I am very interested in hearing what you've got to say. I might need to find one of those. Well, they kind of look like this. Actually, I'm sure that's what this is. I have to use it for something else, but it's like this, and you put magazines in it. That's a good thing for patterns, to hold patterns as well. That's where we are. Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed our little walk around. Again, please give me your input, and I will talk to you next week. Maybe I'll have some crochet to show you next week. Toodaloo. Bye-bye.